So that's not the only thing going on. There's something else that also is going on. Well,
Mm.
this isn't new, but it's pretty much public now. So apparently, there's more trouble in paradise because we've known this from the beginning that there is a executive civil war among WBD execs. The late great Mikey Sutton, may rest in peace, was the one who kept us informed of the situation as much as he could. And apparently now it's coming out that, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. They're not talking to each other. There's it's definitely this is definitely, I think this is one of also the reasons why we got that picture with James Gunn, because that was pretty much a fuck you picture. All right, so shout out to Shout Cali. He just arrived, and yeah, apparently, as you all know, Jeff Snyder and the hot mic pretty much spilled some tea, and a lot of the things that we kind of already suspected about the Batman, now it's pretty much legit confirmed that, yeah, DC Studios has no say on the Batman, on Reeves, on none of that shit. So the tension is real. So let's hear it.
I'm told there is a script.
There is a full script.
That is what I am told. I am told that Robert Pattinson has read a full script for the Batman 2, and that does not mean that you know who has read the script.
Oh.
That doesn't mean that.
Wow.
Because he is under no obligation, Mr.
Yes.
Reeves, to show that script to those two executives.
Mm-hmm.
Reeves is under no obligation.
Reeves is under no obligation right now to show that script to these two executives.
Why? Because it's not technically a finished script?
It's not their script to give notes on.
Oh, right.
Mike
To
and
look
Pam.
at Abby.
Yes.
To look at Abby. Oh.
Yes. It doesn't get to them yet. They don't need to see it. They're on a need to know basis, and they don't need to know right now.
Wow.
But I'm told Robert has read it.
Wow. Okay. All right. Then it's an even more curious answer that he says, I'm going to be fucking old Batman by the time it's done, you know?
But hey, Jeff Snyder's a liar, and there's definitely nothing going on behind the scenes, and everything's hunky-dory over there.
Why you hating on James Gunn? Why do you have a personal vendetta?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
know,
drama.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Go.
As much as I do believe what they're saying, I have heard conflicting reports. I have heard that that Pattinson hasn't really read a script yet. Completely conflicting what they're saying. So, I mean, and here's the other thing I want to point out. You know, they're saying that James Gunn, you know, isn't giving notes and blah blah blah. It's none of his business because it's on the Warner Brothers side and not on the DC Studio side. As much as I want to believe that, didn't James Gunn also give notes on Joker 2? Hasn't he given notes on everything that was of the previous regime?
That's the thing. That's the thing that's conflicting. So. It recently came out, obviously, that David Zaslav was mad at Pam and Mike for the Joker
performance of Joker 2, yeah,
right. But I'm like, hold on now, okay, right? He's in charge of DC Studios, but now I'm starting to question what exactly does that mean. Because because we can't be in the pick and choose stage here. If the Joker was not part of DC Studios or anything he's doing with DC Studios, then number one, why is he giving notes? And if he is giving notes and it did fail, why is he not in the hot seat as well?
Well, because it would look bad on his upcoming movies, right? For him to be associated with that. Which is why he would want to distance himself and, you know, completely have everybody completely forget the fact that he gave notes on that movie.
But see, that's the thing, though. See, this is again, this is a misconception, guys. Yes, he runs DC Studios like Rox would run an Office Max where he lives. He is a manager. Okay, think about that for a second. If James Gunn is the store manager, right?
Mhm.
Zaslav would be the regional manager for which
Yeah, he'd be like the corporate, the head of
exactly.
corporate.
He
You know
would
what I mean?
run
Yeah.
that whole thing. So
Hmm.
so James Gunn does have control up to a certain point. Okay. But it doesn't mean that he can override Zaslav. He can tell Zaslav what to do. That's not how that works. DC Studios does not have its own purse. That money still comes from the whole of WBD and how they get their money from these investors. So DC Studios doesn't have its own thing, its own set of investors for just DC Studios and not the whole. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
He still has to answer to David Zaslav.
Mm-hmm. So
the question again is, why would it come out that Zaslav is pissed off at Abdi and DeLuca, but James Gunn's name is not in there if he was the one giving notes? Because he's a co-producer?
Like I said, I think it has to do with the fact that he's got more films coming out down the pipe that WBD's invested in, so they don't want to point the finger at him yet. Once Superman comes out and flops, I think it's going to be a completely different story.
Okay, so then the question is this. But hold on. So then the question is this. If that Reeves Batman is not, as just like the Joker was, not part of his universe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So now if he was able to see the information on Joker and not this, why is that? I'm trying to figure out why suddenly he's not privy to this Batman script. What is going on that he can't see it now? Or what is going on that suddenly now he was able to write notes on the Joker, if that's true, but he can't write notes on this, or he can't see this? What happened in between there that allowed that to happen?
The only thing I can actually think of was Joker 2 flopping. And maybe he's getting heat behind the scenes for what he injected into that movie. Don't know. That's just an assumption. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just speculating.
That's where I was going.
So guys,
it was basically a rhetorical question. Like, if he wrote notes on the Joker and it flopped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now suddenly he's unable to see this script from Reeves and they're not showing him this stuff. What does that tell you?
Guys, look at the chat. Demi Ray says it was reported Gunn tried to give notes, to be fair, Charles, and Todd told him to kick rocks, to be
okay.
See, I heard that whole intro sequence, the Looney Tunes intro sequence, I heard that was all James Gunn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that was actually all James Gunn's doing.
So Demi Ray is saying that. So you're saying that was all Todd Phillips then?
That's what she's saying.
That was his to lose. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. That's fair.
When Gunn actually first came on as DCU and all of that, he got so many people online coming at him about release the Ayer cut. And his quote, which I don't want to go through my phone trying to find the quote. I've got it screenshotted. His direct answer was he's supposed to be directly responsible for the future of, or particularly the DCU, where anything that falls into the Elseworlds category, that's Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. And I'd be willing to bet that after the notes that he didn't give, he probably got checked over that. So that's why he's not privy to this information now.
That's an interesting theory. But I also want to point out.
That goes to back what I was saying. People think that Gunn is all powerful, but if that's able to happen and if that's able to transpire, no, he's not. This is what I keep trying to tell people.
Can I ask you guys something? You guys saw the Penguin series. You guys saw the Penguin? Anybody here see the Penguin? Was the DC Studios logo on the intro of that show?
I don't know.
That's what I'm curious about. Because if it was, and I think it was, I think they did associate it with DC Studios. Okay. It's just interesting how there seems to be like picking and choosing what Gunn can touch or what has the DC Studios logo on it, what doesn't. Mm-hmm. You know, if the Penguin was associated with DC Studios, it had the logo, but now we're hearing reports that, you know, the Batman 2 there's infighting, and people don't want it associated with DC Studios. Like it's really interesting to see how there's a lot of picking and choosing going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
So Demi Ray and South Cali just sent us something here. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up here. Here we go. Sources say something's up at Warner's. Will the industry keep recycling the same group of execs, or is it time for fresh new blood?
Oh, wait, this was as of an hour ago?
Apparently. In other words, Sin Havoc, I saw it. Yes, I saw
Sacrificial lambs, yep. And he also said this is just the beginning.
Oh, boy.
But you know what? We've seen this narrative before. New executives coming in. This happened with AT&T. This happened with all these other mergers. And at the end of the day, it's always been, at the end of the day, it always results in business as usual. It always results in the same people in the same positions, so.
Yep.
Honestly, listen, if the ship's got to burn, let it burn.
Yeah.
That's what I say. It's either Snyderverse or nothing. No Snyderverse, no money, wallets closed, like my boy Harsh Critics says.
Harsh
Shout out
Critics
to you,
keep
brother.
saying, shout out to Harsh Critics, by the way. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No Snyderverse, no money.
Mhm.
Yep.
It is
And
what it is. I
CS
don't care who buys it. I don't care where it goes. I don't care if Artist Equity get it. I don't care if A24 gets it. I don't care if Apple gets it. I don't care where it goes.
Tubi,
Make it
baby.
happen,
Tubi.
Captain. Make it happen, Captain.
Crunchyroll.
Make it
Watch it happen.
make it happen. That's all I care about. Make it happen, Captain.